Nice. Well, happy Tuesday. So, meditating a bit today on Psalms 119, 25 through 48, and I think I might just break that up into 3 parts of the next 3 days because it's just so dang good. And it led me... let me just read it first and I'll talk. Psalm 119, 25. Psalms are great, P.S. My soul clings to the dust. Revive me according to your word. I have declared my ways, and you answered me. Teach me your statutes. Make me understand the way of your precepts. So shall I meditate on your wonderful works. My soul melts from heaviness. Strengthen me according to your word. Remove from me the way of lying, and grant me your law graciously. I have chosen the way of truth. Your judgments I have laid before me. I cling to your testimonies. O Lord, do not put me to shame. I will run the course of your commandments, for you shall enlarge my heart. Teach me, O Lord, the ways of your statutes, and I shall keep it to the end. Give me understanding, and I shall keep your law. Indeed, I shall observe it with my whole heart. Make me walk in the path of your commandments, for I delight in it. Incline my heart to your testimonies, and not to covetousness. Turn away my eyes from looking at worthless things, and revive me in your way. Establish your word to your servant, who is devoted to fearing you. Turn away my reproach which I dread, for your judgments are good. Behold, I long for your precepts. Revive me in your righteousness. Let your mercies come also to me, O Lord, your salvation according to your word. So shall I have an answer for him who reproaches me, for I trust in your word. And take not the word of truth utterly out of my mouth, for I have hoped in your ordinances. So shall I keep your law continually, forever and ever. And I will walk at liberty, for I seek your precepts. I will speak of your testimonies also before kings, and will not be ashamed. And I will delight myself in your commandments, which I love. My hands also I will lift up to your commandments, which I love, and I will meditate on your statutes. Heavy stuff, but joyful stuff. And I was just struck not only by the poetry of it all, but the practicality of it. And there's some repeated themes here, but then each one kind of like runs to the end of itself in a different way, and I just thought it's a really tasty thing. So first and foremost, it was making me think about how to read the Word of God, and no one can really tell you that in full truth but God himself, but there are indicators on how he asks you to look, and something I've found really helpful is to read first and foremost with joy, because that's my kick. To read with joy, come to it not like, all right, I gotta get in the Word, and just because sometimes our spirit is groaning and grumbling, and we're just like, all right, let's go get some truth from God. But to come to it in joy, these are the words of God given to us. You know, I think this is why I've always felt auguries were silly. You know, it's like, okay, wait, it's the same thing that we seek. We seek some sort of truth beyond ourselves, some sort of like sense of place or of order, or you know, or knowledge of the future. And so then we do all these various, like throughout humanity existence, we've invented these billions of ways in which we can like tell the future. You know, who we slice open our firstborn, we slice open the guts of a sparrow, you know, we read tea leaves, palms, cards, stars, and turn from thing to thing to thing. And I've never understood why you wouldn't go, well, some people, a bunch of people actually, say God said this, or God commanded these things to be written and to be said. And there's such bliss and such a settled augury in the Word of God that, like, I don't know, to me it just makes everything else feel silly. And maybe it's just because I'm a reader. but I like things to be written, and I think human beings desire that. We desire something concrete. And there's something concrete here in this thing, in the Word of God, and in the trials and travails of others who've sought to follow truth, and struggled with it, and failed on it over and over again. But I just feel like there's so many meditations of deliverance in here, so I just wanted to break down the first part a teeny bit, but let me see where I'm at time-wise. Not much time for that. Clings to the dust, revive me according to your word. There's two things I like there. A, that's just a really pretty phrase. My soul clings to the dust. But it's also the crux of the thing that Christ came to save us, deliver us from, which is ourselves. So our very eternal selves clings to that which is impermanent. Our very essence clings to this world and to so many things of this world, and tries to seek succor from things that are dust. My soul clings to the dust. I turn this way and that way. Can this save me? Can this save me? No, none of it can, because you're reaching with an eternal thing to a temporal thing. It doesn't make any dang sense. Like attracts like in that way, The eternal seeks the eternal. Righteousness seeks greater righteousness. Revive me according to your word. So, Lord, I'm seeking the wrong thing. Save me. You said you would. Do it. There's nothing wrong with being a little bossy when you're just saying what he said. He's not going to be like, oh, what? I don't remember saying that. Oh, look, squirrels. I have declared my ways, and you answered me. Teach me your statutes. Make me understand the way of your precepts. So shall I meditate on your wonderful works. Oh, that's another thing about Bible reading that I've really appreciated. That, if you come to it in joy, yea, this is the word of the Lord. And I often forget this until I've read it once, and then I'll pray and be like, Lord, just illuminate this, because you promised to. Strengthen me according to your word. So shall I meditate on your wonderful works. Make me understand the ways of your precepts, because I don't understand it. Some of it makes perfect sense, but other things I'm like, all right, this is what you say to do, so I'm just going to do it and know that it enriches me. I have chosen the way of truth. Your judgments I have laid before me. I find that sometimes it can be so negative because it has this fire and brimstone-y aspect to it, where you're like, oh, the judgment of God becomes something just to be, let's not drag that out. You don't want to chase anyone to God through fear. But to a degree, that there is nothing wrong with the word fear. And fear of the Lord is all cast throughout the word of God. Indeed, we should fear him. And and the only shame we should feel is shame in not pursuing that which he's designed us for. But he doesn't say, come to me and I will shame you continually and remind you of your shame. He says, no, come to me. Lay your burden down upon me, like I am righteous beyond all righteousness. My righteousness consumes all unrighteousness. It's that righteous. You can't do it. Come get some of mine. And why not proclaim that one too and claim that one? You said you'd take it. He'd be happy to take it. I honestly think God doesn't mind a little bit of sarcasm, because he's fond of it. Christ was fond of sarcasm. So there. I will run the course of your commandments, for you shall enlarge my heart. That's the sweet last part. I mean, our conscience tells us quite a bit, I think. It will rankle us quite a bit on the things that we are to do, and I believe our consciences are sort of imprinted with much of the law of God. But we cannot walk in it on our own. Just go, okay, I'll read it, cool. That's what he said, oh great, I'll go do it. Try that a billion ways till Sunday. But he shall enlarge your heart, not only in understanding, but in righteousness itself. He's here. These are my commandments. Follow them. They're made in love. And we'll go, okay, I'll try to follow them in love. Lord, I can't do this on my own. You do it. You said you would. Do it. And he does it. And it's still a struggle, because he's letting him just do it. I don't know if it's just because I'm a dude, but that's hard. That is a hard thing. But daily surrender in his daily eternal love is all you can really scramble at, I think. That's what I think anyway. Gosh. That's it. I'm way out of time. Bye.